Arizona Republican Congressman Debbie Lesko. She sits on the Border Security Caucus, joins us now on this. Congresswoman, it seems that the Democratic officials are now even complaining about the president's policies. What's your reaction?
Well, thank goodness that they are, because it is a crisis and it's getting worse. Now, I served with Katie Hobbs, who's now our governor of Arizona, in the Arizona legislature for years. She is liberal. She supports an open border, but she sees that we can't afford to keep this up. And that's why Republicans in the U.S. House passed our border security bill, H.R. 2. We passed it out of the House already. It's sitting over in the Senate. And now we're trying to couple it with keeping the government open so that we can pressure the Senate into passing the border security bill, because we can't continue with this crisis.
Let me just qualify saying that she supports an open border. I mean, not like an open border with like nothing. She, I would imagine, supports the law as it stands now, that it is legal to ask for asylum. But then after that, that's the whole problem.
Well, in the time that I've spent with her in the Arizona legislature, she was always supportive of what I would call open border policy, similar to what Biden has now. I mean, you have 233,000 border crossings that happened in August of 2023. Compare that to just 3 years ago under Trump, it was 50,000. Then you have another 211,000 migrants that flew directly into U.S. cities. Then another 263,000 migrants that have signed up on the One app. And then Biden just said he's going to give about 500,000 Venezuelans work permits, and they won't be deported because he's extending their parole period.
Yeah, that Venezuelan policy applies, and Griff Jenkins in the earlier report mentioned that, to 472,000 or so who came here before July 31st. That, though, somehow, I guess, gets lost in the message to all these Venezuelans who are coming, the ones that we just saw in the video, that they may not get this. So, but do they hear that? What is the message, do you think, is to people in other countries in terms of coming here?
Well, Biden is incentivizing them all to come here, and that started from day one that Biden has been in office. I mean, I think it's 7.5 million border crossings since Biden has been in office. And as the Border Patrol officers and others have said, this is totally unsustainable. When you have New York City mayor complaining about it, and now a very liberal governor from Arizona complaining about it, you know there's a problem. But Biden just seems to double down, and he just keeps on incentivizing all these people to come here, and it's totally unsustainable. And that's why Republicans in the U.S. House of Representatives passed a border security bill. We already passed it out. It's sitting in Schumer's lap. We want him to pass it, and we want the border secured.
As you know, the president blames the House Republicans for not doing enough. But you just said there is that bill sitting in a Democratic Majority Leader Chuck Schumer's lap of New York City. So you imagine he knows what's going on in New York. He's from Brooklyn. He deals with the mayor. How come this doesn't get moved in the Democratic-controlled Senate?
Well, because I've been in the U.S. House now for 5.5 years, and I've been on Judiciary Committee, and the Democrats in the U.S. House, I don't think one single one of them voted for the border security bill. And they keep promoting these policies that incentivize illegals to come here. They keep prioritizing illegal immigrants over U.S. citizens. For goodness sakes, we're spending billions and billions of dollars housing illegal immigrants in the United States, transporting them around. And we have homeless people right here in Phoenix. We have them in New York City. We have them all over the country that are having problems that we're not even housing them.
You know, I've seen here in New York, you're starting to see this, and this now is being discussed in many of the liberal precincts on the Manhattan Upper West Side, for example. New Yorkers have never seen this firsthand. They're now dealing with and seeing firsthand what communities in your district have been dealing with for quite a long time. Congresswoman Debbie Lesko of Arizona, thank you, Congresswoman, for joining us.
Thank you.
Of course. Arthel?